Hello and welcome to our channel, the Anglo-Slovak Life. We are Ashley and B, and we are basically going to be documenting our, the change in circumstances. This channel is going to chronicle or document. I don't really like the word chronicle, but this is going to document our move from the UK to Slovakia. And yeah, it was very big and it was very complicated, and in some ways it still is very complicated. Like, for example, for me in my language learning journey, but yeah, there'll be plenty of time to talk about that later on. Maybe B has something else to say about, I don't know, the general circumstances of our move, and why we even did it, or yeah.
Why did we do it?
Why did we do it?
Because you wanted it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is true. We met in the UK in 2012 and we got married in 2016. Okay. And around 2017, we were kind of visiting my in-laws, B's parents, and I was like, you know what, it would be kind of cool if we actually had a house here at some point. I wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly, but yeah, I was thinking for just kind of a long-term sort of, it would be good if someday we, had a house in Slovakia, whether that meant us buying a house or the actual situation we find ourselves in, which is a bit more interesting. I basically made that as kind of like a sort of, just throw it out there, it would be cool if we had a house in Slovakia and potentially even lived there at some point. Fast forward about 3 or 4 years, COVID hit, and the world kind of locked down for a bit, and this was kind of when we sort of started looking at this whole thing a bit more seriously, I suppose. So from when we started talking about the idea and just sort of playing around with it, we weren't that serious, but once COVID hit, B's grandmother ended up developing some health problems, and so we sort of enacted this plan to renovate her house with B's parents' blessing, of course. So we invested in this house, in which we now live, and yeah, B's grandmother eventually ended up passing away in January 2023 due to her health problems, and so having renovated the property because it was kind of falling apart and quite old and needed a bit of TLC.
Yeah, we didn't know at the time where we're going to live, whether we'll stay in the UK or go to Trinidad, where your mum is from, or we'll end up living here. But all we knew is that we wanted to renovate the house and have a place to go to during summer holidays so that we're not inconveniencing my parents. But then we managed to do all the work very quickly, and we felt that the UK wasn't our home anymore, and that we needed to move on and move somewhere else. We needed a change, basically. And
it wasn't just that though, it was kind of for economic reasons, because during COVID, our work as music teachers went remote. We went online because everybody was locking down and we needed to continue working. So thankfully, thanks to the technology today, we were able to sort of keep a very high quality setup and sort of try and mitigate the losses from having, face-to-face teaching. Turns out that a lot of our students actually liked the online lessons that we were providing, and so we ended up staying online as music teachers, and that opened up the ability to travel and to basically conduct our work from other places. Hence why we ended up moving a lot sooner than we thought we were going to.
Yeah.
Because COVID basically made it all possible. After the lockdowns in COVID, we realised that we could do this, that our job remotely, and so we decided to move to Slovakia, and we completed the move in August of 2022.
Yeah.
And B's grandmother ended up passing away from her health problems in, was it January 23?
Yes.
So we've been living in Slovakia since August 2022, and we've had a lot of things to sort out since then. Additionally, I'm having to learn the language, which is a really interesting challenge for me, but it's fun. It's fun, but difficult to actually kind of find the words and have conversations, because I feel like I'm talking like a 3-year-old.
You know.
Well, yeah, well, absolutely. I'm talking in 3-year-old Slovak. Yeah, not even using complete sentences or anything, like, you know. Yeah, but yeah, we've had to deal with a lot of stuff, and so it's not just going to be about this channel is not just going to be about my challenges in learning the Slovak language, but also kind of our sort of the things that we've had to face with setting up life in a new country, basically. So we've had to set up things like health insurance and get my residency sorted and deal with whether we should continue to be tax resident in the UK for employment purposes versus setting up a business here instead. And yeah, we hope to discuss all of these kinds of things on this channel. Just, you know, for anybody who's looking to move to Slovakia or decide whether it's a decent option for their particular situation, we hope to kind of shed some light on a few of these issues as well, because there may be a few snags and pitfalls that people might not be aware of. So we hopefully will cover those at some point on this channel as well, but mostly it's going to be talking about us, our journey, our, you know, my language learning, and, you know, B's adjustment that she has had to make, having lived in the UK for 23 years. I feel like I'm talking too much about your situation. You should be talking now. B's situation as to, you know, her having lived in the UK for 23 years. And then all of a sudden kind of finding that she's moved back here and she's, you know, struggling to adjust, you know, or maybe she's not struggling to adjust. I don't know. She should be talking.
So as Ashley mentioned, I lived in the UK for over 20 years, and it hasn't actually been that easy to come back. I left Slovakia when I was 18 and lived in the UK for over 20 years. And coming back to Slovakia was quite a challenge, and it still is, I think. I'm still adapting, getting to know the culture all over again, getting to know my parents in a kind of deeper way, because seeing them once or twice a year, it really isn't a lot to sort of to say that I had that close relationship with them, and speaking over the phone, it doesn't feel as genuine or as intimate. I've also been struggling with the language, which is bizarre because obviously I'm still fluent in Slovak, but I just realized that I'm unable to communicate on a professional level, because leaving Slovakia at the age of 18 meant that I actually learned how to communicate on a professional level in the UK, where I got my first job and opened my first bank account and dealt with many legal things, as well as, you know, sorting out accommodation and sorting out my own bills and buying a property. So that means I learned how to navigate through adult life or adulthood in the UK instead of Slovakia. So I still find things in Slovakia quite challenging in terms of For me, it's mostly things like realizing that I'm a foreigner in my own country. I don't have any friends. All my friends from childhood have moved on, moved to other countries or moved to other cities. And right now, my parents are probably the closest people to us, and few of our other relatives. But other than that, it's been an interesting journey. We don't regret it. I don't regret it. It's just something new that we're going through, and we'd like to share that with you. In case you are thinking about moving to Slovakia or moving with your spouse to Slovakia, and you need to learn a bit more about how the culture works, what are the benefits of being in this country. For example, the healthcare is a lot more accessible, as well as you get appointments much faster, and you sort of develop closer relationships with your doctors or specialists, which is really nice. And just the general administration over here is a lot more efficient. Things get done much quicker in here compared to the UK. So these are the kind of things we will be sharing with you, as well as sharing our journey, how we are both adjusting to the culture as well as learning Slovak together, because there are a lot of things that I still need to brush up on, or I forgot, and I need to get better at it so I can explain it to Ashley, who's very curious and wants to know all the details about the grammar. So
I'm a very theoretically minded person,
Yeah.
so
So we're having to discover all of those things together, as well as sort of get into a habit of talking in Slovak at least once or twice a day, for half an hour, to ensure that Ashley is practicing and he is using all the words and sentences that he learned on a regular basis. So yeah. So we'll hope we'll be able to inspire you, even if it's just in a very small way, or motivate you to leave the country that you're currently in and explore another country.
hope you enjoy the documentation we're going to be putting up about our journey and getting used to life in Slovakia. And yeah, we hope you like this video, subscribe, and stick around for more.
We're also doing this to stay accountable to someone, perhaps you who are watching.
I've realised that I like to sort of have something to aim for. Otherwise, my progress in things is likely to be slow. So we decided to start up this channel to be able to give me that ability to post up regular
updates on your progress.
Updates on my progress. And hopefully it's going to show an actual change like in my abilities in maybe a few months or a year or so. Of course, we'll continue to post all sorts of videos, not just about language, but yeah.
So we hope you'll enjoy our journey, and as we document our progress and our adjustment to life in Slovakia, and that you'll be able to see Ashley's progress and my progress as well.
Or lack of progress.
Or lack of progress in terms of our communication, Slovak communication. So hopefully you'll be able to encourage us and give us thumbs up, or tell us off if we are not improving or making progress, as we need to stay accountable to someone. So we decided that it'll be you guys. So enjoy our journey and stay in touch with us as well, and feel free to give us tips, especially those living in Slovakia. We need friends as well. We're lonely. So
it's kind of sad.
It's sad. So
if
you're around Košice or the eastern side of Slovakia, then we'll be happy to meet up with you guys or have a chat and get to know you, especially those who have foreign spouses as well, who want to share this journey with us or share their experiences with us. That would be so appreciated. So we'll see where this channel takes us, and yeah, we hope that we won't disappoint you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.